Then the Master of the Light Eclipse appeared. Yamad said that this is a stage 4 user from the Alfonso family. This is the Master of the Light Eclipse. He and the White Snake greeted him. The Master of the Light Eclipse said that the daemon did not lie to him. He really found the Stone of Wisdom here. After that, the man laughed and said that he would finally be able to revive her, his beloved daughter. The daemon may not be satisfied with that plan, but he will do everything to resurrect his dear daughter, even if the whole world loses hope because of it. The master asked that why, like a daemon, does he make people hate him with his smell? Yes, his body has absolutely identical energy that can remove the seals of a daemon. The Master of the Light Eclipse laughed and said that even God is his companion. If he uses his full potential, then perhaps he will be able to free himself. Then he went through the fence. Yang Zai thought, so that's what the power of the 4th stage is. He easily passed through the barrier that no one could cross. After that, he told all the survivors that they should listen to him. He would give them all triple healing, and they should attack the Master of the Light Eclipse of the 4th stage. Otherwise, he will take all the accumulated power for himself. Yang Zai thought that he still had an ace up his sleeve, but he wanted to feel the full power of the 4th step, and she told her uncle the White Snake that he would fight on his side. Yamad said that it would also not hurt for him to experience the power of the 4th stage. The Master of the Light Eclipse said that it was interesting. Then he would play with them, but first he would do a little warm-up. They are fully aware of their level, but they still go against it, right? Apparently, they don't know the difference between the 3rd and 4th step at all. He only needs one finger to repel all their resistance. He was attacked by a white snake. The Light Eclipse Master snapped his fingers, and a small bubble was directed at this white snake, which the snake swallowed. After that, the Master of the Light Eclipse said that he would destroy it, and the white serpent began to disintegrate into particles. Uncle White Snake said no, it couldn't be. His arm was missing again, but with the help of pink particles, she recovered again. After that, the Master of the Light Eclipse attacked Yamada. He divided his powers of this man in half. Yamad shouted and called the Master of the Light Eclipse. He said that it was not necessary to fight against a Master of the 4th stage in a team with these dumbasses. Meanwhile, this light ball was chasing Yang Zai. Yang Zai thought, is his balloon really so scary after that? This ball of light touched up to his tail, and his tail began to collapse. The Master, observing all this, said that even after his complete cleansing, he could easily wipe them off the face of the earth. It seems that only the truth of the 4th stage fighter can defeat the Master of the Light Eclipse, stop the complete extermination and weaken the seal. Uncle White Snake had snake scales on his face. He shouted out that he didn't believe he was stronger than him. He confidently tried to block his attack. The Master of the Light Eclipse said it was entertaining, but he will never succeed. The Master asked that he should reach a new stage very soon, didn't he? Uncle White Snake didn't move in the air. He exhaled and said that again. What a strange but pleasant feeling. He became even stronger, and he called many of his white snakes. The Master also supported him, said that he should use more strength and break through this seal. The Light Eclipse Master cursed and said that he had almost raised his level. Durant Keith transformed back and thought that Swordsman White Snake had reached a new stage. This unstable wave makes him feel vulnerable in the skill of stealing abilities. Then can it split up, or melt, or will it turn into energy? The Master of the Light Eclipse said that once he received the Wisdom Stone, he would be able to resurrect his daughter. They should forgive him. If they want to throw accusations like that, then they should blame their luck. The Master said that you need to give a little more. The seal has already weakened, it remains just a little bit. Then he was surprised and asked if the Master of the Cellular Eclipse was using a hidden attack. Giggling, he said he wouldn't let him do it. After that, the Master of the Light Eclipse pointed his blade at the white snake, but the Master made it so that the pink barrier began to rise. He laughed and said that thanks to his barrier, these arrows became weaker. The last layer was enough to stop them. The Master of the Light Eclipse said that a stone is a stone. He's too naive. After that, his arrows broke the pink barrier. Several of his arrows pierced the body of the white snake. The white snake said that it hurt. It's very painful. He's almost there. How does it hurt? He raised his hand up and said he could see him. He sees. Then there was an explosion. Now the white snake has become a user of level 4 abilities. The Master of the Light Eclipse said that, apparently, his attacks were a little late, allowing him to successfully reach a new stage. The white snake said that yes, without his pressure and ridicule, he would never have been able to do this. And he asked that how should he pay now? Maybe cause 2 times more than he experienced himself. But first he has to do something else. Then he turned his attention to Yamada and thought that this bastard wanted to attack him. But his snake swallowed him up. The white serpent told his nephew to look carefully, because after he overcame the Master of the Light Eclipse, he would share the wisdom stone with him. The master of the light eclipse told him to take his time. They both feel it. 2 more will be coming here soon, very soon. The white snake began to look around and thought that he felt the approach of 2 strong energy fields. 2 men showed up here. 1 was called Dark Blue Gentleman, and 2 it was number 3 called the Wind God, whose name was Ouyang Guanghai. Ouyang Guanghai said that there is a stone of wisdom there. With his help, he will be able to become a noble. But he was interrupted by the master of the garden eclipse and said that he was afraid that these 2 had also come for the stone. But since Alfonso's family had a lot of money, how about a deal? They give him the wisdom stone, and he will give them to them. The dark blue gentleman looked at him and asked what must be. He's just joking, isn't he? Alfonso's family are rich aristocrats on the Ocid plain, but they also want to take the treasures of the planet. The master of the light eclipse said that they did not need the opinion of a dirty, dark blue bug regarding their affairs. Ouyang Guanghai got into their argument, who asked what were they talking about here. The wisdom stone should belong to them. The master, looking at them and watching their argument, thought that these 4 were all talking and talking. It would be better if they just fought. After that, he told Mr. Ouyang Guanghai to just think about how much damage that guy from the Ocid plain had done. He should deal with him as soon as possible. Ouyang Guanghai thought that then he would use his pure wind to eliminate this threat, after which he rushed to attack the white snake. But the upper part of the white snake crumbled into tiny pieces. Meanwhile, grinning at the master of the light eclipse, he applied his skill called the Shield of Righteous Light. Meanwhile, the white serpent had already recovered and said that these 2 forces had absorbed each other. He called the master of the light eclipse his brother and asked that why don't they forget past grievances. He can do him a favor. But then a dark blue gentleman appeared behind him, who pierced him with his weapon. Uncle White Snake dropped dead. Duran Keith was confused and exclaimed that his uncle told him to run away from here. Yang Zai thought that okay, he had been trying his uncle for half a day now. He would kill the dark blue gentleman in the future in order to avenge him. The blue vibration started, and the stone of wisdom laughed out loud. The stone of wisdom began to glow brightly and laugh loudly. Yang Shi was surprised and thought it was a demonic letter. The stone of wisdom jumped out of the box, laughing, said that he was finally free. All 3 men rushed after this stone of wisdom. The master of the light eclipse said that it belongs to him. Dark blue, the gentleman said that whoever takes the stone will get it. Ouyang Guanghai said that he belongs to the planet Azura. They shouldn't force him. Then someone called out to them and giggled and said that, in fact, the stone of wisdom belongs to the organization of judges. It was a pig from the organization, and he ordered the stone of wisdom to quickly go to him. The stone of wisdom began to approach him slowly and told the daemon that he had tricked him again. After that, the pig from the judges' organization tied up the stone and took it for himself. He was surrounded. The master of the light eclipse asked him who he was. He should show wisdom and calmly give him this stone. The dark blue gentleman asked that he was one of the zodiac signs of the judges' organization, wasn't he? Ouyang Guanghai said that he is with the judges' organization in a business relationship. If he promises to share this stone with him, then he will help him escape. And I asked him if he agreed. Pig apologized to him, calling him a wind god, but said he was afraid he would have to back out of the deal. This stone of wisdom is very necessary for his organization. Ouyang Guanghai asked that what do they want to use it for. The pig asked him what he remembered about what happened to the dragon. Right. They need the stone of wisdom in order to revive it. Mr. Ouyang Guanghai asked if this cursed stone of wisdom could resurrect people. The dark blue gentleman said that it could be used in many places, and initially this magical artifact of the plane could bring a person back to life. Their conversation was interrupted by the master of the light eclipse and said that enough was enough. It is better that they give this stone of wisdom to him, otherwise he will destroy their entire organization. The dark blue gentleman told him that they were a dark blue race, and they will help Alfonso's family. Since the organization of judges is their sworn enemies, then he does not mind killing one of the zodiac signs at all. Ouyang Guang, he told him that the artifact belongs to all of humanity. And I asked him, how can he behave like this? Do they really want to steal it? The pig told this gentleman that he appreciated his offer very much, but 2 miserable 4 steps won't do anything to him. Mr. Ouyang Guanghai was confused and asked, what are 2 measly 4 steps? If he is so confident in himself, then he will just look. The 2 of them can do whatever they want. The master of the light eclipse and the dark blue gentleman silently exchanged glances. The pig broke their silence and said that if they were not going to attack him, then he would probably go. But that light eclipse master attacked him. But the pig turned out to be unharmed, and he told the master of the light eclipse that he had demonstrated quite good strength. It's a pity that she was harmless to him. After that,
Ja. Möchtest du Brundal? Ja, gerne. Güter? Was geht da? Julie? Julie? Wenn du Monsieur Morvani siehst, musst du ihn angucken, ihn anlächeln und dann ihm 5